Now, I put out this protest to stop purchasing anything during the last week of July 2010. When you put something out into the universe, you put it out there in this information field. It's out there for anybody to access. You don't have to be on the internet. You've already put that information out there. And everything, every aspect of reality is nothing but information. The air holds information. You can access information just like you can on the internet and do a search. You can do your own search for any answer to just the air, because the air has the energy. The air has the information that I'm putting out into the universe. You have to understand how the internet works, and they operate on packets of information that are decoded and encrypted, and then when you send something out from your computer, it's got to be broken down into a lot of zeros and one combinations, and then it's condensed and compressed so it can flow through the wires, and then it's encoded and placed on the internet. So the same thing is happening with information that you put out into the universe. You put it out there, and that information is like in packets of information within the air. And the air is nothing but a molecule, and if you look inside the molecule, it's spinning information. Every cell, every organism, at the smallest quantum level, science has proven that there's nothing there but spinning pieces of information. So, the point is, I've put this information out into the universe. It's out on the internet, and it can be accessed by anybody that's asking for the information. So you can tell on a global basis. The video, if this is something we want, if we want power, if we want to crush the Illuminati, then the universe would be asking, how do we crush the Illuminati? How do we get power? How do we get control back? And nobody's asking that question. So nobody's going to access that information. You can only access the information you're looking for. When you cross paths with something, the law of attraction is working all the time. And you have to realize that what's inside you is attracting 24/7 everything that you experience. So what's inside you is what you are going to attract and experience. Anybody who's listening to this video is obviously asking some good questions, obviously has something good within inside them, obviously is searching for answers versus searching for more problems. While you are awake, this is what's been driving me crazy, is most of the people that are awake are the ones that are sleeping the most. And one example of this is when I put out this challenge, this lady who's basically saying the same thing, the banks are corrupt, the government systems are corrupt, and her message is don't pay your debts and don't pay your mortgage. And she specifically said that she would not support this protest of just not buying anything for a week. Apparently, she is living in poverty, so not purchasing stuff for a week is not a problem. But she put information out into the field that I'm not going to support anything that shows any power to overcome this. Kind of odd, don't you think? So, right now, we are not searching for solutions. When is it that you actually search for solutions? only at the last minute, only when you really want to survive. Until then, you will do everything wrong until it makes it really, really important for you to find out, okay, how do I overcome this? So it's not so much that I know that this information right now is, going to go wild on the internet. It won't go viral because nobody's really looking for the information yet. But the time will come when we're going to start seeing a lot of people get very, very ill, and that's going to be a time where they either want to survive or die. And I suspect a lot of people, would rather die than to have this human experience, because it does feel very cruel. And in order to survive this, you have to be stronger than evil. You have to be stronger than your problem. You have to be willing to overcome your problem. And that's where this is what the human experience is about, is to learn how to be stronger than evil, how to beat evil at its own game. And your willingness to be stronger is what will give you power. It will make you so much stronger. What we think are miracles aren't actually miracles. We just don't have the science. We don't have the understanding of how to make an impossible thing possible. The impossible to some is very much possible to others. And what's the difference? It's their limited belief system. It's what you believe to be true. Now, cancer is definitely curable without pills, without any medication. It's all in your mind. The power of the mind can cure cancer. Now, the guy that's found this information out, he was poisoned with high-grade uranium, and he cured himself of that. Most people will think that's impossible, but he was able to cure himself of that. I don't quite think that he's learned his lesson completely. Otherwise, he'd be doing something different. If you read his books, although the science is perfect, he's contradicting his own work, because while he's curing all of these illnesses and diseases and everything, ironically, from the poisoning and curing himself from high-grade uranium, he developed a heart problem. Now, what's heart? Heart is love. Heart is the energy that pumps life into you every second of the day. It's the will to live. And the only way you have this will to live is by sending out love and receiving love. If you have any type of heart problem, then your system problem that you're dealing with is love. And this guy obviously, and never really talks about it in his book, he definitely says that all negative is about learning unconditional love, seeing your enemy and understanding your enemy has taken that position on a spiritual level, so you can learn unconditional love through that experience. So that is where we're headed, is we need to forgive those who don't know what they're doing. We need to be able to send love out to it, send love to whatever disease you end up getting from this oil spill. This is going to affect the whole friggin' planet. And either the whole friggin' planet's going to die, probably within 2 years, or if we have the strength through love, then we can cure ourselves. But love and unconditional love, you have to have for yourself. Look at something you absolutely love, love, love. You would do anything for it because you love it that much. And then look at yourself and say, have I ever loved myself that much? You have to learn unconditional love for yourself and then learn unconditional love for your enemies. And that has the power to cure every friggin' disease that we could possibly get on this planet. Think about it.